See ya, honey.
Yeah, honey.
I keep telling you, well, I did keep telling you, but it's so true and I always preach it. With running, you'll have like a month or more of just shocking. And then you'll break through and just like magic, you run better. So literally, I was doing runs of under a kilometre to a kilometre before this. And I've come here, I got a little bit of rest, and now I'm doing 3 to 5k. So it's increased by, 400% by doing nothing but just sort of sticking to it. So it's a car, and typical America, the footpath ended it. But just bloody, I can't swear because YouTube hate me. Just stick with it, and we'll get there. And that 100k run I'm going to do, it's coming. It's coming. Maybe at the end of the year, that would be a hell of a turnaround. Hey guys and girls, I hope that you're all well and looking after yourself, and if you're on your own fitness journey, that is going well as well. No matter where in this you are, I reckon I started from near about zero, and finally I'm starting to go up, and I'm in a different area, and of course I'm in America, and I flew over here a week ago from tomorrow, so pretty much I've been here 6 or 7 days. I'm not really sure with the time zone. Let's talk about what's going on, because I've missed pretty much 2 weeks of fitness updates. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't been filming or working out, but I've just been very busy, and I've had a lot going on, not only busy, but also just not feeling like doing this, editing and doing whatever, because the truth is, I've been pretty defeated. YouTube has just restricted everything that I do, and not only monetarily, but also visibility. So, YouTube at the end of the day is a business. They're a private business. They can do whatever they want, of course. They could just see it, Willy, fuck off. But my problem is when you do abide by the rules and they still just shit on you. That's what's difficult, when you're doing the right thing and still get effed on. And of course, they're a business. They're there to make money. And if your video isn't monetized, then they reduce your visibility, so then no one even sees it. If my visibility was good and people were getting something out of it, reaching people, I wouldn't care so much about the money side, or vice versa. It would be like, well, this is my business, this is what I do. But both, it just being shat on, it's been hard. And to be honest, it's been bloody defeating. And I've had a few real moments of weakness over the past couple of weeks at home, really just saying to Lily that I feel like my health is just spiraling really emotionally and mentally, because it was difficult. And it's not only not making money. Money's a title. It'll come and go. It doesn't really matter. It's not that important to me. But I miss a lot of time, I feel, for nothing. People don't realise how long these videos actually take me. Like, I know my production quality is not that high, and some of the information, I get wrong, whatever, but I do it all. I don't have an editor like most people do. I don't have... I'm very big on fact-checking things, so that takes time. And I think most videos probably take me 10 hours-ish. Some videos take longer. Like last night, I was up till 3 a.m. working on a video just to be restricted on visibility and money. And I'd worked on that for almost 12 hours at that point, 3 a.m. And I was like, I could have just gone to bed. Like, it just sucks. And my time is very precious to me. This is probably what gets me the most emotionally and mentally. And if you guys haven't followed me from the start, which 99.9% of you haven't from when I was first diagnosed, I have gone through some real mental battles with my diagnosis, with some trauma, with whatever. I've been diagnosed with certain mental illnesses as well, and then overcome them. And I think I have a pretty good grasp on my body and how it's feeling when things start happening and you sort of feel like it's going to shit. And I'm happy with myself because I can pick up on that. But what I'm not good at is then toning back, sort of lifting my foot off the accelerator. That's what's difficult. And working around a business in which you have no contact with anyone, that's what's hard. And I think coming from the army, now the army, of all its faults, does have very efficient people in it, very competent people who you can talk to. You have a chain of command. In this, it's Willy versus $1 trillion company. It's hard, and that's just been the end. And with my constant awareness of time, and this is so wearing on me because I have this constant, with my illness, a constant just awareness of minutes in the day that, if you're the same age as me, you've got a lot of hours, you've got a lot of years, you've got
probably 60 years ahead of you. I don't. Like, as shit as that sounds, I really don't. This will catch up with me at some point. I know we get positive news, but it will catch up with me. And when I waste a full day, and I'm not only do I spend a lot of time, but then it makes me angry, I'm cracking the shits, and I don't feel like going for a tea or a coffee with my partner, and I don't feel like going out and whatever, and puts me in a bad mood, it really gets me, because it's like, I've just wasted this time I could have spent with her, I could have spent with one of my mates, I could have spent making a video that's more enjoyable to make, talking about things like this. So that just wears on me. I don't want to go on this too much. I'm sorry. I've already, 4 minutes on of having a cry and a whinge. But I know it's very first world problems, but that's been really, really getting to me, just because I can't work. And in the beginning, YouTube was a hobby, whatever. I had other sources of income, and now that's sort of come on more time, it's made up the majority of my income. And that's very difficult to, and very stressful, when I don't know if this is ever going to correct itself, when I pay rent like everyone else. And I'm like, I work 12-hour days and I can't earn a cent. It's been hard, it's been stressful. I don't want to harp on that too much. Like, I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking for them to, enforce their rules correctly across creators, and especially creators which they may not agree with, but if they follow the rules, whatever. But yeah, I think it's really my mental of just the awareness of time. And people should have that. I think people should have an awareness of time, but not ever bearing on them like myself. And it gets very like, it wears on me. It really does. But one good thing, and you'll see in this footage, is I'm finally getting fitter. I feel like I've sort of gone over that hump. The first months of things like this can just be so difficult, just terrible, especially if you've like done this before and you're like, I used to be able to run 20 Ks and I'm 150 metres in at the next block and I'm just wrecked. Like, I feel like I'm at the end of a marathon. You're like, what the hell is going on? And you have that, and you just push, and eventually you'll come through that, and you will do flat or down. You may even go down. There was weeks when I put on weight. There was weeks when I got less fit. It's just part of the process. And
pretty reasonable leg session yesterday, so my quads are killing me out of this run, but they're actually loosening up a little bit as I get, sort of 10-15 minutes into this, which is good. But my calves again, my running, it's not anything stopping me at the moment, but the pain in my lower legs, so I'm not sure what exactly that is that's going on there. If you have any idea, please let me know. But I think I've just missed the worst of the weather, or I'm just about to get caught in it. I think this update's probably going to be a week out. I just ran out of time. Fucking rain. I had this savage 26 hour flight. So it's 3 flights with layovers to actually get to Dallas, Texas. But I'm here and I thought I'd just go for a quick walk just to sort of get some blood moving around the body, because it feels like I've just been sitting down for like a week. It just sucks. But finally here, still going to be going on with the fitness stuff. I know I missed a week, but we'll keep doing that here. I'm not sure exactly how everything will work, and you've got to stay away from all the bloody American food.
Of the process, and I hate people that say this, but there's a degree of trusting the process. If you are going to the gym 5 times, 6 times, 7 times a week, you just will. Your body can't not get fitter. You will improve. And I know that sucks. And I know that, this was a 5-minute run and I'm exhausted and my legs hurt. That's all right, because at that point, that 5-minute run when your legs hurt is as difficult as some people's 1-hour run, or more difficult. Like, you're getting a lot out of it. Just continue on that.
It's really hot. I'm not used to this at the moment. It's been really cold in the Australian winter. So, we're not even winter yet, but it's been cold. I am very, very happy. It's my first run since starting this. And I've actually been able to get a few kilometres down and feel alright. All my other runs have hovered like fucking literally around 1 or less and just ended in so much pain. And now I'm like 2.5 in and I'm actually feeling pretty good. My pace is still shit out, but whatever. Who cares about that? Just get some distance on the legs first. So I I am stoked on that. Finally crossed that hurdle, sorry, the barrier of actually somewhat enjoying this run. Maybe it's the heat, maybe it's not the cold air in my lungs. I don't know, maybe it's just I took a good 5 or 6 days off, rolled out my calves. That was mainly the problem. And went from there, I'm starting to get pretty sore now, but I've actually been able to push through. That's good. So this is, I guess, evidence that you will get there, no matter if it takes you 5 weeks or whatever it's been, to just get absolutely anywhere, not just trash. Quick evening run, feeling so much better. It didn't work today because I'm fucking over it, but I feel better for it, so that's a good thing. Done by far the longest run I've done since this year, at least way past what I've done during filming this. And I think it's pretty cool. Today, well, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and pretty much every house has an American or a Texan flag up, which is, cool. Take note, Australia for next year. But just stopped maybe 500 metres from home just to give my legs a slow tick over of walking. But my feet started getting really numb too, and the little bone that's broken in my foot starting to flare up. But that has been way better, at least compared to when I was here last. I could barely bloody walk on it. Now it's actually pretty reasonable. The weather here is just incredible too. I'm really beginning to like Texas. Now, my weight, I don't know. I don't have any way to weigh myself. I don't own scales, and I don't really want to go and buy a set just for 4 weeks because I sort of despise that ultimate consumerism that is very big in this country. It's very, very obvious. I'm not saying it's bad to do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't have the money, and I don't have the room in my bag to do it. So, but I am feeling better. I'm pretty aware of my body, and I feel like my shirts are fitting better, and I feel a little bit slimmer. So if that's anything to go by, maybe that's more of a fair way to go by your body too, because weight is so variable with water and muscle and even just what you've ate if you've taken a dump. It's a huge variable, but if you feel better, and I feel like that, so it is, it's getting somewhere. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Filming workouts, I'm still useless. I'm sorry. Some of the gym workouts, it'll be you've done one exercise. I promise I haven't, but I've only filmed one. I feel cringy doing it. It's just part of it, but I will get back to that. My foot, the broken bone in my foot, is actually all right. It's hurting right now, but it's actually been a lot better, which is really good, to the point where I might actually cancel the MRI when I get home. So I don't know. That's a life update from me, if that makes any sense at all. I think there's a little bit more going on with just feeling a bit lost in some things too, of where I want to go, what I want to do, and finding happiness in some things too. And I think that has many variables with some of my good friends moving away, people growing up and, moving on and to bigger and better things, and sort of feeling like I'm back here and not knowing where I'm going. A lot of this unsureness is also from my health too, because it's well, I don't want to do that because is that a selfish move because of my health? Things like that, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's just the way my life is, and you have your own struggles, I have my struggles. Yours are not bigger than mine are not bigger than yours. We're all on an equal playing field, but it's our response to those that, is really what makes or break us. So, look after yourselves, and if you need to take some time and just yell and scream and crack the shits, even cry on, not do some work like I didn't. I'm not doing a video today on the typical stuff I do because I couldn't do it. I could not sit here for 5 hours and type. If you need to do that, look after yourselves. Look after yourselves. I've been at points before in my life when I've been really at that very end, you know what I'm on about. And you come through it. I promise you, because I've been there through my diagnosis, through some other things. I've been there again and again and again. And little things, look at getting some more sunlight, as well as look at things like coffee. I have completely gone cold turkey, given up coffee after a trip overseas. And it was because I was struggling with the anxiety of coffee. And coffee gives you anxiety. It also gives you caffeine and energy, whatever. But I was reliant on it, but it was also giving me anxiety. And I'd actually noticed that impacting me more and more, and my ability to then actually think clearly and whatever. So I've gone completely off that. And if you need to make some more changes, small changes like that, do it. Don't feel bad about it. But legends, as always on the videos,
look after yourself. I hope that you're really well. If you need anything from me, reach out. I know it's social media, like at the point where I am, is nowhere near as good as it was when you're at like 5,000 people. Because at 5,000 people, you're still like, you feel like you know all your commenters. Like people comment, you're like, oh, I recognise that name and I know this, and it feels much more personal. And as I've got larger, it's become a lot less enjoyable because, of course, you get the trolls coming on. That's just a part of it, whatever. But then it feels less personal one-to-one, if that makes sense. Like you said to me, what's the happiest on socials? It's at a few thousand, not 100,000+. But if you ever need me, whatever, reach out through email, whatever, and I'll absolutely do my very best. Although my email for the last 2 weeks I've just ignored because I just can't right now. But legends, that wasn't a real sign-off, was it? I kept going. Look after yourselves. Have a great day, no matter where you are in your health and fitness journey. I'm proud of you. You're doing well. Push through no matter where it is. I promise it'll improve. But have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great Memorial weekend if you're in America. Think about, those who have given so much for this as well. So look after yourselves, and I will speak to you tomorrow or next week if you are here for the fitness updates. So thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.